Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. All three of us are back after what seems like it has been forever.
Quite a while. The game's
Yes.
back together.
Yes.
It's been a little minute.
It has been a minute.
I missed out on the trip.
Okay, we missed you, Jaja.
Y'all look like y'all had a lot of fun.
You got to come down for BlerdCon once I secure these press badges for us.
And by the end of this podcast, you're going to know why I have a new appreciation for both you and James and your cosplay that y'all did.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Cool.
Looking forward to hearing that.
Me too. All right. So before we get into we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. But before we get into all of that, what are some nerdy things you guys have been up to? Jaja, I think you should go first.
I can go first because it's going to be really quick. Even though it's been 3 weeks, my nerdy week has been kind of like up and down. So y'all know I'm a hip hop fan, so I've been following the Drake and Kendrick beef. So that took a lot of my time. And NBA still going on. Knicks were still doing good with 2-1 against the Indiana Pacers. The game for us actually at 3:30 today. Well, when this podcast comes out, the game everybody will know who won. So, and I've been watching Freerun. I'm sorry, I'm not finished. I have less than 10 episodes to go. I can give you my halfway review, but we can wait till we can wait.
How many episodes are in the season? 22? Oh, okay.
Like 25 or something like
25.
that.
Okay, I was like, wait, there's only 12 episodes, and you have
Yeah. I thought I was close to the end, but I'm like, oh wait, I got like a good like 8-9 episodes. All right. So, I've been playing Helldivers 2.
Nice. Somebody finally did, huh?
Yes. Very fun game. Just to find out that they have a Helldivers 2 Xbox version. Our version of Helldivers 2 is called Deep Rock Galactic, and you're like playing as these miners, but it's like a very, very similar. The gameplay is so similar, it's scary. And I'm like, okay, that was good to find out after I bought Helldivers 2, but they're both great games. And I took Shannon's recommendation and I bought Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh my god. Did you start playing it? Or did you buy it? Okay.
Yeah, I've been playing it since I bought it like 2 days ago, 3 days
ago.
2 days. So
on
chapter 3. I'm not that far, but I've been having fun. It reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts like gameplay.
Yeah, that's what James said too. I mean, it's similar, but like kind of not. It has its differences, but I see what you guys mean though.
Like I wanna go back to after I finish this one, I'm probably gonna try to replay Final Fantasy 15, or is that the one on Xbox?
I think so. There's a couple that are on Xbox. I don't remember.
Like the big one that came out that pretty much flopped. And I want to just see what the difference is in like the gameplay. Because I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's my nerdy things. So I didn't even watch this week's episode of X-Men.
Oh, wait, you said you didn't watch it?
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Oh my
god. Everybody's been telling me to watch it. Everybody's
have to run down.
Oh my god. Well, it's okay. We don't have to mention anything from this week, but this week was such a big episode. We can't even talk about it.
I heard.
No.
I'm kind of happy that I got 2 left, but I'm mad I didn't watch it because I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Jaja, you're failing us this week. We can't talk about it. I had so many talking points.
You can't just don't spoil.
No. I had so many talking points for this episode. All right, I'll shut up. I'll just talk about past things, I guess, without spoiling anything. Sorry, guys. Okay.
We got to get in sync with this X-Men show, because first you weren't watching it when we started.
Yeah, only in the beginning where like nothing was important, but like I've definitely. There's only 1 episode left now.
We got to host a watch party.
Yeah. I'm about to start watching this Fallout show. This is the next show everybody's been telling me about. So
yeah, I heard it was good. You should have just turned that on real quick this morning. It was only 30 minutes. Boop. Let me watch this before the show.
You want to know what time I woke up? Turkey
20 minutes
made
ago.
it to the pod.
Man. Okay. Well, we will keep it spoiler free then, for sure. It's all right. We had to keep it spoiler free last week when we were trying to talk about it too. It's okay.
Yeah, the season's still fresh too, so
It's all right, guys. This is not an in-depth X-Men review podcast, so you're fine. You'll hear our initial thoughts on it. James, what have you been up to?
Me, I have been mad busy, so not very much. But I did finish my One Piece Aces story, the manga. So it was illustrated by the author from Dr. Stone. So I finished that manga, waiting on part 2 to come out. I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy VII though, so
A little bit.
not a complete.
Are you still in
I'm still in
chapter
chapter 8.
I knew it.
Yeah. But I'm in the golden saucer. So
One of my favorite
happening.
chapters.
Yeah. So the reason I've been taking so long is because one of the the fighting mini game thing, or like the tournament, I've been trying to actually win that, and I've been getting destroyed. I didn't know that you could play it and not win and then continue on.
Yeah.
So by the time I noticed that, I was already determined to beat it. So I was like,
oh, you're talking about the one where like you're in the ring and you have to dodge the where you're like the leg where you're like the block characters and you have to like fight.
No, not that one. No.
Wait,
It's
which
like
one
a
are you
real
talking about?
fighting.
Oh, the tournament. Never mind.
Yeah, the tournament. Yeah. So when
Okay.
you and your date have to go in there and beat the tournament.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
I've been playing that one diligently. I've been trying to actually win that. So yeah, I should get a death counter going on because I've been getting worked. But I ended up beating it, but then once I beat it, I was like, nice, and then I put it down. So
Fair enough.
yeah, but other than that, watch X-Men 97, Kaiju number 8, of course, Windbreaker. I still been reading Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, part 7. I'm about halfway done with that, so I'll probably finish up the rest. I've been trying to savor it, but it's only like 95 chapters, so I need to go ahead and just finish it and then continue on to the next part of JoJo's because JoJo's just like, and then now Demon Slayer comes back today, so I'm a Demon Slayer for sure.
Nice.
Yes.
So ready for that to come back. I also still am wearing this crown from the Plus Ultra Villains Ball. So
James is still
congratulations on that.
Still reveling.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fire. And yeah, now y'all know why I have no appreciation for both your Final Fantasy cosplays that you did for MegaCon.
I wasn't dressed. Oh,
MegaCon.
you mean? Oh, yeah, for MegaCon. Yes.
You were Tifa, right?
Yes, I was.
And James was Sephiroth for the event that y'all just went to.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I was just like, oh, look at my guys in the game. But they pulled off the cos. No what? Yo, y'all both did a great job on both of those cosplays.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. James.
I'm sorry. I'm about to say, James, you're about to start a thing, yo. I think I'm about to copy the do-rag hair color. Like you made Sephiroth's hair the do-rag. That was sick. Sick.
Man, that might have been my favorite part.
That's his signature. That's your signature thing now. Like
he did it with
with
the other cosplay he did at MegaCon.
I've seen you do it a few times.
And the name of the character, but
Psyche K.
Yeah, it works. It does the job.
You did it with both of your cosplays that weekend too, because didn't you do it with your Sandman cosplay too?
Sandman. Well, he actually wears a do-rag.
Oh, right, he does.
Coincidentally enough, Giorno as well. So Giorno has golden hair, so I had the gold velvet do-rag that time.
Yeah, so that's like your signature thing. Yeah.
Somebody wants to give me a do-rag deal.
Right. Somebody literally should. Somebody should.
Or you can find a way to. Oh, no, I'm about to give away free IP, but
no free sauce.
There's a business idea there. I give it to you.
Oh my God, yes. I already know what you're talking about, Jaja. And James, you should do it. Yeah, but we're not going to talk about it now. You're right. Jaja, I really hope you come down here for BlerdCon so you can witness firsthand. Like, it's different when we were It's different when we were in Florida, where that's not where James is from. But being in James's territory, okay, James is very famous out here. He's well known out here.
Domain expansion.
Out here in the DMV area, James is very famous. I need you to witness it so that he doesn't think that I'm just like kidding when I say this. It's very true.
I believe you.
He's very popular.
I gotta pop out there.
Yes, you gotta come out here so you can see it for yourself. It's crazy.
Press badge is coming soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, James's cosplay was dope. You should repeat that cosplay, James, and like you should get a sword,
I am.
and you should get a wing. You should get a wing, and
I
you
looked
should.
into it. The sword is like 7 feet long, so I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay.
And then the wing, I think I could do a wing.
Yes, you should definitely do a wing. I guess a 7-foot sword would be annoying to carry around all day.
Yeah,
But
well, I'm sure there's shorter ones out there, but
yeah,
yeah. Actually, so yesterday was Black Fay Day. Does
it was.
Sephiroth, if I have a wing, does that count as a fairy?
No.
Because that's the BlerdCon theme is. Oh wait, no, it's Summer Madness. Never mind.
I was about to say
Black
that's kind of late for them for that to be the theme. I miss Black Fay Day every single year. Every single year I say, "Oh, I want to do this next year," and then I forget that it happens in May, and then I'm just like, "Oh, I missed it." So maybe
We'll
next
have to
year is
send
the
you a
year I'll
reminder,
actually
yeah.
remember. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you should
But
definitely
also
like
today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the
today.
moms out there.
Today is Mother's
Yes,
Day.
happy Mother's Day.
But yeah, you should repeat that cosplay. You should go like all out, even with the sword. Just find a shorter one. That would be dope.
You're right. I hate carrying things around though, so I probably
Okay.
won't do the sword, even if it was smaller. Yeah, man, having stuff in my hands,
But you can just like attach
bottom
it to
tier
your
experience.
attach it to your find some way to attach it to your outfit.
Yeah, like a hilt. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
like a hilt. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, James is famous. Everyone loves his cosplay, and that's why, rightfully so, he has been crowned Villain of the Year at the Villains Ball. There's the evidence right there. Yeah. Okay, so what did I do? Oh wait, Jaja, did you watch Windbreaker this week, or did you not watch Windbreaker either?
I did not.
All my discussion questions gone. Actually, I can still talk about it.
Listen, video game news took up a lot of my nerdy week too. I forgot to mention that. So.
I'm about to lightly spoil. I'm about to lightly spoil Windbreaker for you. Nothing crazy happened this week.
Do it.
But yeah. Just because I want to talk about. Well, not right now, but later. But I'm not gonna spoil X-Men for you. I will leave that because a lot happened in that episode.
Well, the rundown like kind of half spoiled it for me. So
No, it didn't. The rundown doesn't spoil anything that happened in this week's episode.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No. It's just like stuff from past episodes that I've been thinking this whole time that I wanted to talk about while we were all here. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I didn't spoil anything. Okay, so I watched Windbreaker this week. What is this, episode 6 that was out? So another good episode. We can talk about that later a little bit. I watched X-Men 97. Great episode. There's only one more left. Kind of sad because it's been good consistently every single week. So
it's been a good ride.
It has been.
Best show since Loki, maybe? I don't know.
Really good. It's really a shame that they fired the showrunner for a reason that we were still not aware of yet. Like after like the success so far of the show, that's kind of unfortunate. What else did I do? I am caught up on Demon Slayer. I was rewatching it, so I'm done. So
nice.
Just in time for the start of the new season that starts today. So that was my goal. So I'm done. What else did I do? I started watching another anime, Sengoku Yoko, which is a show. I watched the premiere episode at Anime NYC last year. So that's out, and I think the whole season's out now. So I started watching it. I don't have any thoughts on it yet because I'm like halfway into the second episode, but I started watching that. What else? Oh, I beat Final Fantasy last night. I'm done. Finally.
Ooh, big applause.
Finished.
Big applause.
Finish. I don't know. Oh no, you weren't here, Jaja. 2 weeks ago, I was at the end of the game, and I was telling James that I was struggling with the end of the game for like 3 or 4 hours. So I turned it off in a spiteful rage, and I haven't touched it since then. But I turned it on last night. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this one more time. And I beat it last night. Literally, my heart was like, you know how like when you're like so close to beating a boss that you've been struggling with, and you like your heart like my heart was literally thundering out of my chest. I was like, if I lose again, I'm gonna be so mad. But I didn't. I won. I beat it. I'm good. Nice. I'm done with the game.
Nice.
Yep.
Awesome.
So now I was debating like going back and doing stuff that I didn't finish, but I was like, no, I think I'm finished with this game. I forgot to clock how many hours. I think I'm at 100 and something, like a little bit over 100 hours. So I'm completely burnt out from that game. I'm done. So
you gotta give a review of the game now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't review it without. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to review it too much because James didn't finish it yet. But I've given kind of my thoughts like throughout. Like the story is good. The end, I'm not gonna lie, the end confused me a little bit. I'm not gonna say too much about it. I'm gonna wait until James finishes it to see if he has like similar thoughts. But I was kind of like scratching my head at the end. It's fine, whatever. But the game is great. The gameplay is great. The story is great. It's just the mini games. There's just a lot. There's a lot of mini games. Too many mini games, which I think is like everyone's biggest critique of this game. Like there's just way too much. They need to bring it down. Bring it down about
Do you have to do the mini games?
Some of them you do. Some of them are part of the story. Some of them are not, and some of them are. So, and the ones that are part of the story are super annoying. So they need to just bring that way back. Like I really liked Remake because there were no mini games. And like there were side quests, but like it wasn't overrun with mini games like the second.
So my experience with Remake right now is like I don't have that like that nostalgia feeling because I don't think I played Final Fantasy VII, the original one, to an entirety, even if I touched it at all. And I went back, saw some gameplay, and I saw like the game was supposed to be very, very similar like to the original. So I wish I would have played the original just to get that nostalgia feeling, but it's okay.
Oh, but you know what you do have to do? This is the same thing that I told James when he started playing Remake. You should watch a video about the plot of Final Fantasy Crisis Core. It's like the game that comes before this. Just because it gives a lot of background on Sephiroth, and Cloud, and another character who you haven't met yet. But like when you get a little bit later in the game, like these characters are going to start to pop up and you're kind of going to be like, what's happening? So you should watch like
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay. So you should watch.
Why is he here?
Yeah, exactly. So you should watch I'm going to send you the video I sent to James to watch. You should just watch that. It's like a 30-minute video and like you'll like have more understanding as to like what is happening because Final Fantasy VII like literally starts right like at the end of where that game ends. So like you definitely need to watch what happens in that.
Thank you. I need that. I need some context right now.
Yeah.
I jumped in blind. I did not play any previous Final Fantasy games, so I was like, I just know Cloud looks cool, Sephiroth looks cool, and I play with them in Super Smash Bros. That was all I
pretty much. That's
and Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
And Kingdom Hearts. Did you ever did you beat Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts?
I did.
You did? Ugh, hate that. I'm jealous.
It took forever, but yeah, I got it.
I've literally never been able to beat him in Kingdom Hearts. So
you didn't finish it?
No, I finished. No. He's an optional boss in Kingdom Hearts. Like you don't have to.
Okay,
he's like a secret boss. I've never been able to beat him though in either game. So he's definitely harder in Kingdom Hearts than he is in his own game to beat. So for sure. What else did I do? I think that's it. Yeah, but a major win for me finishing Final Fantasy.
Huge win.
Huge win. Now I got to figure out what I'm playing next. I was gonna play Stellar Blade, but I'm on the fence if I want to play that game or not. Still, so we'll.
A lot of drama with that game too.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. You should play Zelda. Did you finish that one?
No, I should probably finish that. You're right. Oh God, I hope I didn't forget how to play that game again. It's fine. I'm not gonna start over though, because I'm almost at the end of that game. So
yeah, maybe I still didn't beat the second one.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. Just forget about it. Go play Elden Ring. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna play Elden Ring. Have you played? Oh wait, I'm sorry, Jaja. Go ahead.
I say you got to get refreshed for the expansion.
Of the expansion of what?
For Elden Ring.
Oh right, that's coming out next month.
Oh, I thought that's what you're gearing up for. Like that's what a lot of people are doing.
I mean,
going back to that game.
I'm not gonna put pressure on myself to finish it by the time the DLC comes out because I know that's not gonna happen. I just want to finish it just to say that I finished it, and then I'll get around to the DLC whenever that happens. But
you should do a marathon like Kai Cenat is doing. He's not getting off stream till he beats the game.
Really?
I saw that.
That's crazy. It's been so long since I've played Elden Ring. I feel like it's been like over a year. I just don't know. Like if I turn it back on now, like I don't know what I was in the middle of doing. So I just feel like I'm just gonna be wandering around until I find my purpose again. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. I cannot start that game over again. I will literally cry. So I refuse. It's gonna have to relearn all the controls, and that'll be it.
And just figure it out.
Yeah, literally. Are All right, so let's get into some video game news. We'll start with the sad and unfortunate news first. So Microsoft announces that they've closed a lot of studios under Bethesda this past week. The studios that closed were Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, and there was some more too. What were the other ones? Red House Studios is being absorbed by ZeniMax Online Studios. So yeah, a lot of cuts across multiple
and Roundhouse Games.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. So a lot of cuts in the game industry this past week. Hi-Fi Rush was like a popular game. I'm surprised that they, after the success of that game, that they decided to close Tango Gameworks, right? It was doing well in sales, right? Or was it not doing well in sales?
They said it was successful. It was a good game. A lot of people liked it. They even ported it to PS5. But do we know how much it sold exactly in the metrics and all that stuff? No, Microsoft keeps that behind closed doors.
Oh, they don't talk about
I played it on Game Pass. Well, actually, I played it on Game Pass on my TV, and that's why I didn't beat it, because the syncing was off because it was like cloud gaming. So like it's one of the rhythm games. So if there's any sort of lag, you're gonna lose. So I need to just play it on my PC and then I can get through it. But I was enjoying it when I was playing it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing
because
but
the
good things
game,
about that game.
there's like if the game tries to adjust to your rhythm how you're playing, so like there's not a lot of penalties for not being rhythm. It's just that you won't get the super bonus damage, and it sucks playing on cloud because you want to be in like rhythm with the game, and the latency throws it off just a little bit, and it just throws it all off. But if you play it when it's installed, it's an amazing game. And so I've been following this story all week, and it's really like taking up a lot of my time. Like this is very concerning to me, because like they made all these promises about giving all these studios the time they need, the resources they need to make quality games, and then you absorb this huge studio, and then you start closing the small game developers under there. And and I think one of them is like a mobile game studio, and they're like the only mobile game studio that Xbox has. And then their Xbox also is talking about, Sarah Bond did an interview, but they're talking about getting into the mobile space, and I was like, y'all just closed the only mobile studio y'all had. But and it's just confusing, because like you said, with this game that came out, it was very successful, and it's like, why did the studio shut down? So in my investigations, there's some rumors that either the game wasn't. Oh, I thought we lost you for a second.
Nope, sorry. Go ahead.
So either the game wasn't as successful as, like, numbers wise, like the balance sheet didn't add up. Maybe they didn't make enough money to sustain themselves to make the next game, or like Phil Spencer had made a comment. I don't have the quote, but he had made a comment that they were supposed to make something different, and then they did this. I don't know if it's like another big IP or something like that, but this wasn't the game like it sounds like that they wanted them to make or expected them to make or something like that. There's that. And then now there's a whole discussion online about how single player games, it's not worth it to make single player games anymore. That's why all these companies are making crappy live service games, because it's way more like the risk in the game becoming successful is in both. I was watching this particular take is coming from Charizard. I forget what her channel is, but she was saying that there was a risk in making single player games and live service games. But with live service games, there's infinite amount more like profit to be made, which there's a point. But like there's also small games that come out like Hi-Fi Rush that are super successful, and it's like, all right, it's not going to have the replayability and the long-term playability as the live service games, but like a lot of people play this game. And then they're talking about like how I'm going into like the Sarah Bond interview now because that I watched that interview like 4 times. And she's talking about how there's no growth in the industry because like they had to answer for this pretty much. So that's why I think Sarah Bond had to do an interview. And they have a showcase coming out in early June. I think it's June 9th. So they threw her to the wolves to answer for these closings
Right.
before the showcase. That's my take on it. And she was pretty much saying that the market hasn't grown at all. It stayed flat. I think like the actual metric is like it grew 1% like from last year. So they're looking for more subscribers. They're looking for more people to play games. That's why they're trying to expand into every domain they can, even mobile gaming. And I don't know. I feel like Xbox is making the same mistake that they did with the One when they tried to go in other directions than focus on the core gamers. Like,
Yeah.
if y'all are worried about making money and crunching numbers and trying to make like, because the thing is like y'all can like triple it like all these blockbuster AAA games that all the budget is being thrown at
Right.
that haven't been successful. We can name like Marvel Avengers, like all these games that were super hyped that just flopped. And then you have a Power that's made by like what 10 people and then it
Yeah.
goes crazy. It's like just make a good game and stop focusing on being profitable so much because the gaming industry, like it's the core gamers is what you're looking at, unless you're just off of that and you're just trying to grab as many people around in that sphere that you can. I don't know. It's just weird right now. I feel like they're making the same mistake that they made. And then it also feels like Xbox and Microsoft are not on the same page.
Mm.
There's people making jokes that like Xbox is dead. It's not Microsoft gaming. Microsoft is making all the decisions now. That's why everything feels different. And like they're just crunching numbers.
Yeah. Well, I feel like literally everyone is crunching numbers like across the board right now. We're in a weird time right now where people are trying to do more with less, which is problematic in itself. But yeah, so Microsoft blamed the cuts on a reprioritization of titles and resources. But that's kind of concerning also because it's kind of saying like if you're a small developer and you're not like a big name money making game studio, then basically you have no chance in the gaming industry. Like we're not going to waste time and effort and resources on you. Like that's concerning also because like you just said, like a lot of these like big blockbuster games like flopped. A lot of these like small independent games are doing really well, but they're not getting the resources and the money and the time that they need to like continue making good games. So that's bad. Also. Yeah.
And we didn't get a direct answer on why they closed Tango after Hi-Fi Rush was so successful in the Sarah Bond interview I'm talking about.
Right.
So it's still kind of weird. She was just pretty much like they weren't as successful as we wanted them to be. Like every company has different measures of success. She gave very vague answers. It was like the best she could do in the situation that she was put in. But it's just like Xbox, get your ish together, please. Phil Spencer. Don't let them turn this into Microsoft gaming. Come on, keep it Xbox, please. It's like I feel like they're trying to say like the gaming business model doesn't work, but
I don't really understand
we haven't had a real good Xbox. Like Xbox hasn't been pushing out really good games since like the 360. Really is when we've had like our real quality games, and it's like the model isn't working because the product is not good. Look at the games that y'all just gave us. Redfall and what's the one that came out before that was like a flop? Starfield didn't move the needle. Like Starfield wasn't that great. Even though they just came out with a Starfield update that actually I want to go back and play the game now. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, that's mine. I got.
What's the point of acquiring all these studios also too though? I don't really.
If you're just gonna shut them down.
Right. Exactly.
Like, and now a lot of people, like some people lost their jobs. A lot of people got absorbed into different studios somewhere else. And then there's a lot of like different angles about this story that I could go at. I'm also thinking about like, you know how I was talking about game preservation I was watching a couple videos, and there's also now the conversation about talent preservation, and it's like the people that are making these games, y'all are not taking care of them. Like they're under stress, they're leaving their jobs. You can't keep the same team together for years, and if it's taking longer to make these games, if it's taking 3, 4, 5 years to make these games, and you can't keep a team together, how are you going to keep that creative idea in sync? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how like if you have heads of companies leaving these games because they're under stress and under pressure and they want to go start their own studio and do what they want to do, now you're left with a half finished product over here. Somebody else has to come try and finish it, and now it alters the whole idea behind the game and what it was supposed to be. It's so frustrating.
Yep.
So it's
I get
like,
botched games for sure. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what they gotta do something, man.
I mean, just in general, even like if I'm an aspiring game developer, this would not aspire me to continue to want
Oh
to
no,
like.
they're terrified in the game
Yeah.
industry. Employees in the gaming industry are terrified. I don't know if you have any knowledge on that, James. You might have the inside scoop on that, but I've heard that
Yeah,
like it's
it's
very
tougher on them
scary over
because like instead of choosing to work on things that they feel passionate about, they feel like they got to go to where it's more safe and secure. So that skill set of video game development ends up they're feeling like going to waste because they're like, all right, well, I won't be able to keep a job very long if I'm a game developer, but if I go into this totally separate field with a similar skill set, then I can use different skills, but I won't be using my game developer polishing skills. So then I think gaming as a whole kind of starts to deteriorate at the end because if everyone catches that feeling of, well, it's not safe to work in gaming, let me go work in banking or something like that, then the gaming industry as a whole will end up suffering because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have the gaming people working on Microsoft Word, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
and, and it also brings me back to like, I'm telling you, please, y'all gotta watch this Xbox documentary that they did. I think it's called Power On. It's
I
on
watched half of that. I just never finished it.
it just brings me back to that documentary and the battle that they had to fight in the beginning to even get this idea launched off of the ground. It's like, yo, Microsoft, can y'all watch that doc? Y'all did a great doc that explains everything. Y'all making the same exact mistake that should y'all keep making every generation. Focus on the gamers. Just make the games.
Good games will sell.
They will.
You don't have to throw the whole budget at the game. Just make good games. That's it.
Yeah. Good games will sell forever. Like, I don't really foresee a time when people are not buying games anymore. So, like, I don't even understand. Like, yeah, everyone's priorities are all off.
Yeah.
Everyone's
as long as the consoles are around, just like the new Nintendo Switch has finally been announced.
No, it hasn't. It has not been announced.
Has it?
No. They said
it's been announced like 5 times already.
No, it hasn't been announced. It still hasn't been announced. They said that they were going to make an announcement sometime before the end of the fiscal year, which is in March, or sometime before March 2025.
March 2025, yeah.
They will be making an announcement, which means that after the announcement, we're still going to be waiting however long for it to actually come out. So
you know what my take is? It's not coming out in time for this holiday season, and they don't want people to they want people to still buy Switch for this holiday, so they don't want to hype it up like it's coming out anytime soon. So
the Switch has been out for so long. Are people still are Switch sales still high and going steady? Like, I can't imagine that is the case. I mean, it has to be, maybe, because that's probably why they held off for so long. But are people still buying Switches like that?
Yeah, they're still buying them.
Let me see.
Probably. I can't name the
kids coming of age. It's like it's like a starter system. So like when your kids finally like old enough for their own system, Switch it is.
I guess so. Hold on. What were Nintendo Switch sales in Q1?
I would imagine the Switch is still doing good.
So Nintendo Switch sales worldwide top 141 million, 1.96 million in the last quarter.
Oh,
and then they're projected to make 13.5 million in Q2. In the next fiscal year, they're expected to make 13.5 million. Okay, I guess you're right.
The other thing I'm thinking is that one of the big topics about the Switch 2 is it going to be backwards compatible? And the rumor is that they're finally going to make it backwards compatible and not rehash every Mario and Zelda game for the new Switch. So if that's true, they would want people to buy the Switch games while they're still out, and not just wait till the Switch 2 comes out because they'll still be there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's just they're trying to milk the last bits of money they can get out of the Switch 1.
Yeah. I guarantee you it won't come out until like the tail end of 2025. Like for that holiday.
It'll be here in time for next holiday season.
Yeah, next holiday season, not this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They're still making money.
They are. The company has prefaced that they will not mention this at all during the Nintendo Direct, which is supposed to happen next month. So, but there we go. A vague glimmer of hope.
We got the next Asus announced. Yeah. We got the next ROG Ally announced before the Switch 2. How crazy is that?
That's what I was saying last week. It's so crazy that the ROG Ally isn't it less than a year old? When did that come out?
It's not the next one. It's like the 1.5. It's like the Pro model.
But even that was incredibly fast. Because
I like it a lot. And the main thing is that they're making the battery life like a lot bigger. So that's a big deal.
That is a big deal because the battery life on these handheld devices are really poor and terrible.
Like they said it's supposed to double or some craziness like that. 1.5 at least.
So okay, yeah. So the ROG Ally came out in June of 2023. So it's literally been less than a year, and they have already announced the like half model, which means that I feel like they were already working on it before.
Yeah, they had to be working these concurrently.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to me, but cool.
Screen size is still the same pretty much, and the chipset is going to be the same. It's mainly the battery. It looks like
the device the console actually looks different too, though, unless I'm just looking at a different color. I don't know. Maybe. Did it come in black before? I don't know what I'm looking at. I think it's just in the dark in this article. Who knows? But
yeah, and then other stuff is like quality of life stuff, pretty much. New layout. I think they customized. It says a beautiful, intuitive new interface design. So I don't know if that's the software or the hardware, but it looks like quality of life stuff they did mostly.
Yeah. So last year, in the less than the year that it's been out, the ROG Ally has made $318.6 million in sales so far. So that's pretty good for the year that it's been out. So, but I mean, everyone that's going to get this half device are people that don't already have one. You know, there's no way that you have an ROG Ally and you're already going to upgrade to another one, unless you are. I don't know. Maybe people have it like that, but yeah, I think that the goal is to attract new people for sure. Are you going to get one?
Come out with a trade-in deal?
Oh, maybe. Jaja, are you going to get one?
Yes, I plan on getting one. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Let us know how it is.
Yeah, you have to review it. I cannot justify upgrading, even though I do want to. The better battery life is a big selling point. Like my Steam Deck, runs for like an hour and a half before I need to charge, before I need to plug it up, or like 2 hours tops maybe before I need to like hook it up to the charger. It has really weak battery, so that's a big up point. But yeah, crazy. But it's doing well, so I guess it's justified. What else is going on in video game news? You guys want to talk about Helldivers? You were just talking about that earlier, Jaja. I don't know what's going on.
That's the Sony big drama of the last couple weeks. So Helldivers came out with a announcement that all the PC players will now have to make PlayStation accounts if they want to continue playing Helldivers 2. And something about that was always the plan. It's just that it didn't happen on launch. There was issues on launch because, you know, there was so many people playing the game. You know, it came out in countries that you can't even play PlayStation Network in. So if that was the plan, why did the game come out in these countries that can't play PlayStation?
Right.
And pretty much the CEO was like, we don't control distribution, which is a valid point. So I don't know how valid, but whatever. So like within like 24 hours, there was like over like 250,000 like negative reviews on Steam for Helldivers. Like it was
Review
insane.
bombing.
Like they review bombed the mess out of Helldivers. I guess Sony got the point and retracted it and said, "Oh, okay, PC players, you won't have to make a Steam account, PlayStation account if you already have the game. I don't know if going forward you will have to." And then in the countries where you can't play PlayStation, they delisted the game. So it was kind of y'all retracted on the PlayStation having to have the PlayStation account, and you still delisted the game in countries where this would have been an issue. So those are kind of conflicting things. So I don't understand what that means. But yeah, Helldivers had an interesting week, couple weeks.
Mm.
And right now that's PlayStation's cash cow right now. So they gotta make sure that game there's no stain on that game. This is the big multiplayer. We gotta play it. It's fun. It's really fun. It's a really good game.
Who has to play it? Me? Oh no, I won't be playing it. I'm not good at these types of games, you guys all know. But you know, it's fun to listen to people
All
talk
you
about
have to do is help us and give us ammo while me and James shoot up all the aliens. Just reload our guns for us.
Okay.
Call down some airstrikes. You don't even have to do much. It's really a co-op game. It's really, really fun.
Okay. That's all that should be expected of me. Cool. Don't rely on me to shoot anybody because it's gonna take a while before I but sure.
Oh man, I'm just thinking because there's friendly fire in the game, so now I'm like, yo, Shannon on the field with us.
I don't know, guys. The couple of times, the couple weeks that I was into Fortnite, I was doing pretty. No, I was okay. I was okay at Fortnite. I wasn't terrible.
This is PvE, so it's much better. It's much less stressful.
Okay. We'll see. But yeah.
So yeah, what do y'all think about this Helldiver stuff?
I mean,
that's an insane requirement to have.
Right?
I'm not surprised by Sony. I'm not surprised that Sony
I was thinking about refunding the game. I was like, yo, y'all gonna make this a requirement? That's weird. Like, I don't mind doing it, but y'all should have did it from launch. It's weird that you're gonna cut off my access if I already have the game and playing it. You're gonna cut off my access. That makes me want to refund the game out of just principle, like kick rocks.
Yeah, it is weird. I'm not surprised that Sony did it though, just because they tend to be a skeevy company in that way, even though.
Sound like they were fishing for more PlayStation accounts. Like,
yeah, of course, of course they are. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, it should have been done from launch and not like after the game was already out. How long has it been out already before they decided to say this?
Months, a while.
Exactly. That to me is weird. Like that should have already been the case. But yeah, that's my only thought on it. Other than that, I'm very far removed from Helldivers. Wait, James, are you playing Helldivers?
No, I never played it.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Tell James to play. Then I'll jump on.
It's legit. It's legit. It's mad fun on there. Especially with people. I need people to play with, man. That game. Gotcha. Even when you play with randoms though, like it's just everybody's like trying to work together. So you just follow the guy who knows what he's doing and you're good.
So we also got news of the Joker becoming a playable character in Multiverses. I keep forgetting that this game is a thing.
I can't wait for this game to come back soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be stressing the boys out. May 28th, we're back.
Oh, is that when it's back? Oh, it's like right around the corner. Look at that.
We got about 2 weeks.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Are you guys excited about that particular character?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I want to see what sort of balances they got because I'm sure they've been balancing the game all along. Is my boy Jake still good? Who knows?
Yeah.
Is James still good? You can bet on that.
I'm hyped to see how this game plays in the new engine and how it looks and everything. I'm hyped.
I got to beat Final Fantasy before this comes out. All right, I got 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you do have to beat Final Fantasy because if you toss it to the side, I'm gonna be very angry with you. So definitely finish it. You're almost there. You're halfway. You're more than halfway through.
Yeah, but I'm on call now, so starting tomorrow. I'm on call, so I won't be gaming much.
Yeah. All right. So then so that means you have a week to cram it in after your. Oh no, wait. Is your on call 2 weeks? Is it the last 2 weeks before this game comes out?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks I'll
Oh,
be okay.
no.
So it's like there's no excuse. You better finish this game.
I'm gonna have to hop on now.
You gotta finish it. You've had it since it came out, and it took you a month to start playing it. So I don't.
Man, I had so much stuff to do. I've been savoring it, but I'm gonna get. I'm picking it back up.
You know, that's how it goes. I was savoring it at first in the beginning as well, and then I was over it. I'm like, all right, I just gotta finish this game. It's going on for too long, but I
Yeah.
understand how
Once I'm actually sitting down and playing, then I'm getting it done. But then I be having stuff to do. But the track season's coming to a close, and then work sometimes is light over the summer, sometimes it's not. So it's hit or miss.
So James is like, I'll finish it when I finish it, basically.
Pretty
That's
much.
fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Then I'll hop back on the Elden Ring.
Listen,
Okay.
gaming for adults, that's literally what
It is hard.
is.
It's hard.
I
It's hard.
see this one post on Instagram where there's a guy, he's in a business suit and he's playing video games, and it's like, I'm playing video games, and they're playing his thoughts, and he's like, I should be making money. I feel like it just like
Yeah.
it played off that, and it kept going worse and worse and worse. It's like,
I do miss when we were children and you could literally just play video games all day and literally not worry about anything else that needed to be done because there was nothing
And
else that needed to be done.
There's also a couple like other topics, like games aren't fun anymore. Like a lot of people aren't having fun playing the games. It's like it's more
Why
like
is
a
that,
job.
though? Okay.
Because a lot of these games like want all your time, and you have to like these live service games, you have to keep playing to unlock stuff. The grinds are becoming insane, and it's like, bro, I don't want to spend all this is not the only game I want to play, number one.
Well,
and then I have
yeah.
a life outside the game. It's like,
Well, that's why I like, because like when you said earlier that like people were saying that like single player games aren't it anymore, I will always take a single player game over a live
right.
service game. I love
agree.
single player games. Yeah. So you just play at your own pace at your own time, not on anyone else's time on a live service
like
game.
how I'm doing with Final Fantasy.
Exactly. You see? So yeah, I'm still having fun playing my games because I guess I'm playing the right games, but I definitely see what people are talking about. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to some TV and movie news. We have some One Piece season 2 news. Oh my gosh, that train is so loud.
Oh, y'all can hear that?
Yeah.
That's so far from me.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that far, but sorry.
Crazy. Can you sleep at night when that?
Oh yeah, you get used to it.
Okay. 7 new characters confirmed to appear in One Piece season 2 live action. Good news. There's no news. Actually, we did get news that it was going to come out next year. So that's good. You guys are One Piece readers, watchers. Who are the 7 characters that we should be seeing in season 2, you think?
We're getting Princess Vivi, Nico Robin, Miss Valentine, Mr. Five, Smoker, Tashigi, and Crocus.
A lot of names. I didn't get
Yep.
that far. To know who all these people are. Are you guys excited about season 2? Or are you like, eh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What about you,
super
Jaja?
excited. Super,
Jaja,
super
where are
excited.
you where are you in your One Piece watching? Were you watching it or reading it? I forgot.
Watching.
Where are you?
And I'm still in the 200s on new territory though, but I did take a little pause for it's getting a little crazy. But I'm about to get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it.
I took a pause, definitely. I have not touched the manga.
I am not giving up on one. I don't consider myself a true anime fan.
What?
Unless
No,
I'm up to date
no.
in One Piece.
That is an
For me,
unrealistic
no,
goal.
this is a personal goal.
Okay.
This is not, I'm not like declaring this as a law, but this is just for me. I want to get up to date. There's been so many people like of my friends that are like One Piece fans. I need to get on it.
I mean, I have a lot of
Good.
friends that are One Piece fans too, but I refuse to watch it just because they talk about it all the time. But
Shannon, you see this cute face right here? You got to watch One Piece.
I just saw the picture of the new art that's coming out, and I just seen the way Luffy looks, and I'm just like, yo, I have to catch up. This guy looks nuts. He looks so badass. I'm like, I have to see how.
Egghead Island.
He looks so gangster in that picture. I was like, okay, I gotta catch up. I'm gonna catch up. He had a little sword a broken sword in his hand. I'm like, yo, what the? Okay.
Maybe I'll pick it up eventually. I'll start reading it again eventually, maybe.
Come on. We got to peer pressure.
Party of
James.
50.
Come on.
No. Reading it.
Party
No,
of
no,
50.
reading. Not watching it. No, it's not part of it. I will not. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm just gonna read it.
I'm telling you, once you get into the 200s, the animation starts to look clean, and then it's like it
Okay.
becomes a lot better. You just got to get to those first grainy episodes.
Yeah, I read it to get caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, read it to a certain arc and then start watching it.
To what arc? And then start watching it.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when the animation
Yeah.
changes. Like as soon as it
Okay.
changes. I think it's around the 170s. But
Fine. All right. Just let me know. I'll think about it. I got pretty far in the manga, and then I burnt myself out just because I was just reading it so much. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm tired of this for the moment. But it's been a couple months, so I should pick that back up soon. So yeah, One Piece season 2 is coming out sometime next year. Thank you, Netflix, for not dragging this out.
It.
Like you've dragged out everything else that I'm waiting for. So yeah. Stranger Things being one of them. Anyway, moving on to Marvel news. So everyone is trying to do more with less. Well, Marvel needs to actually more specifically because they were doing a lot. But they had already announced that they were gonna like cut down on the number of movies and shows that they released a year. But now they got more specific and they said that they are not going to be releasing more than 2 to 3 movies and 2 shows per year moving forward. Which to me, when I read that, it still sounded like a lot. But then I was doing some research on how much stuff they've released in the past. And in 2021, Marvel released 5 TV shows and 4 movies, which is a lot for a single year. That was overkill. So I think we do need to bring that down a little bit.
Yeah. As expensive as movies are, oh yeah.
Yeah. In 2021, we got WandaVision, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we got Loki, we got What If, and we got Hawkeye. And for movies, we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, The Eternals, and Spider-Man No Way Home. All of those, which technically a Sony project, but Marvel worked on it. All those projects came out in 1 year. That is a lot of stuff.
9 projects.
That is a lot. And that is the reason why we're suffering superhero fatigue right now. So I think that this is a good move on them to just like cut down quality over quantity for sure.
Yeah, just scale back some.
Scale back a lot. But
these characters aren't going nowhere.
They're not. But I feel like this inevitably means that they're going to cut some projects because there's already a lot that's been announced. Like they've announced a ton of projects for the future. And if they're only releasing 3 movies and 2 shows a year, it's going to be years before we see some of these things. Or they're just going to cut some stuff that maybe like people don't really care about. So like I was going through this list of all the projects that have been announced through 2027. This Agatha show, which I completely forgot about, is supposed to be coming out this year. But we haven't heard anything about it. So I'm wondering if that's even coming out at all. Like, I feel like they're going to quietly kill some of these things. What do you guys think? Easily. And also, no one wants this. I don't think anyone wants this Agatha show at all. So I feel like they could drop this for sure. And they'd be better for it.
So I got the total opposite opinion of both of y'all.
Really?
I am really like upset that they're scaling back. I think it's a bad move. Like you said, we're gonna miss out on a lot of the stories that we've all been waiting for. These comic book stories that we wanted to see come to life. We're probably some of them we're never gonna get. Others we're gonna have to wait more years now for. And I don't agree with superhero fatigue just because I'm used to like Marvel has done this since the beginning of time. Like look at the comic book scene. There's a million different variations of the same characters all coming out at the same time. And if you like that stuff, you like that stuff. So the more of it, the better to me.
I mean, the more of it, the better if it's done right. But I feel like they haven't done a lot of their.
That's the thing. So my critique on this was like when we came out in 2021, that was like the first push really for the TV shows. Like they started it off with WandaVision and all that. We were just coming out of COVID. COVID messed up a lot of these shows. So like, and we're still feeling the after effects of COVID. So I don't know if that has something to play into it, but I don't think it was like, I don't know. The more stuff to watch, the better. I don't think and believe in superhero fatigue. Like, I don't think that's a thing.
I believe it's very much so a thing. If you're constantly releasing projects that are mid and subpar, which I feel like has been like out of all the things that they released, there's only been a couple of like good gems in there. So I definitely feel like they need to
You didn't like WandaVision?
No, WandaVision was good until the end.
Loki?
For sure. No, Loki was one of the few
Like,
that were good.
I liked all these ones. Like,
No,
I don't think any of them were bad.
It's either it's good until they botch the ending, or the whole thing is like Loki, the whole thing was good. So like that was an exception. WandaVision was good. The ending was bad. They fumbled the ending completely of the show. What else? I'm trying to think. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was good. I like that show. Hawkeye was mid. It wasn't that great. What If was good.
I just like the different stories too. Like just
The Eternals.
I think that would actually help. So I'm somewhat in line with Jaja. If they were telling different stories and it wasn't like all one big huge universe that you have to follow every single thing, then it would like I don't think people would be as burnt out. But if you could just watch your standalone, like, oh, we got some Spider-Man stuff going on here. Shang-Chi has his own thing going on over here. If you like that thing, go check it out. But if it's like you have to watch this to know what's going on in this other movie that's coming out 2 years from now, then that's where the fatigue sets in. Is because like it's like you have to do homework to even follow a storyline. So I think it was they had their own separately going on storylines, and there would be much less fatigue. And then the audiences for those would be getting fed because they're like, oh, I get to see my favorite heroes more often.
Yeah. No, that's true. I think though, I think people have fatigue from like the Avengers and like everything leading up to it. I think this new era that we're about to go into with like X-Men, or if we're even about to, because like who knows what's coming out after Deadpool that has X-Men in it. But like X-Men and like the Fantastic Four, I think that like that is probably gonna usher in a new era, I think, and like bring something different that like for Marvel Studios that we're not used to seeing. I think like that can probably revive it if they go in the right direction and do things correctly. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think people have Avengers burnout. So I think that's
what, like both of y'all made good points though. Whatever they got to do, they got to make it quality. And if it didn't all tie into one storyline, it would probably help. And like I didn't like what they did with Echo. Like when they were like, "Oh, you don't have to watch everything to watch this show," and then half the show was like scenes from other shows that they just like previous shows that if you would have watched, you would have automatically got. And I was like, I don't like the way they did that. It was like, just make her own show. Like I don't know how you would do it, but
yeah, I get it. Let me just go through the upcoming projects. So we have the Agatha show. We have Captain America: Brave New World, which I was looking forward to. I think I still am. We'll see. That's coming out in February. Thunderbolts. Are you guys excited for that? I'm not. That's just another thing that's kind of just like
I'm excited for everything Marvel, Shannon. You don't have to ask me. Give me a trailer and then ask me if I'm excited. But just the hype of hearing a different comic book character group come out, I'm excited for all of it.
Fantastic Four, Blade, guys. I think Blade is a cursed property. I don't think Blade is gonna come out.
Did y'all hear Wesley Snipes is gonna come back as Blade? We're gonna get 2 Blades.
I did not. Movie. Where did you hear that? I did not hear that.
And the Marvel rumor bin.
In the rumor mill?
We might get both Blades.
Okay. I'm convinced that this project is not even coming out at all.
I feel like after Secret Wars or sometime soon, they're gonna try and do exactly what James said. Like we gotta just make different, let the multiverses run concurrently and just have different little sub stories everywhere.
But things are gonna get cut or pushed back because so in 2025, in 2025 alone, they had the Thunderbolts slated to come out in theaters, Fantastic Four, Blade. Oh no, that was it. That's 3. Okay, so
I don't like that. Don't come out with the 3-year timeline with all this stuff and then it changes every month.
They were overly ambitious.
I hate it. They were trying to redo what they did with the first 10 years, and like, don't try. Come up with something new. Why can't people come up with new ideas? Why we gotta just rehash the same thing we just did? Let's try to recreate this big moment that we had. It was a big moment for a reason.
It was. There's a lot of things slated to come out that I'm not particularly excited for. I'm gonna shut up though. We'll
We'll see it when it gets here.
We will see when it
What
gets
is
here.
the next movie?
The next
Oh wait,
movie,
X-Men and
Deadpool.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes.
We'll
But so do you think
rehash
that
this conversation after that movie.
do you think that they've been keeping like their future mutant based projects under wraps until X-Men and until Deadpool and Wolverine comes out? Because like there's nothing announced that has anything to do with X-Men, but maybe they're just like keeping a secret.
I think that movie is gonna have some type of effect on the whole universe as a whole, like like similar to Loki. Like it's gonna just try and like put everything together and make it make sense somehow.
We'll see. But
You're not hyped for X
no,
Wolverine
of
and
course.
Deadpool?
No, I am. That is the only thing that I'm excited for.
I was about to say.
That's the only thing I'm excited for right
That was
now.
close, Shannon.
No, that is the only thing right now I'm excited for.
Super hyped for that.
Well, actually, so Fantastic Four, it's been revealed that Galactus is going to be the main villain in Fantastic Four. If they pull that off, I'll be excited for that. Fantastic Four was a cursed property before, but I feel like this time might be different. We'll see.
If Galactus is the big bad, the A villain, they better have Doctor Doom in there. I mean, compared to Galactus, I guess he would be a B, but like Doctor Doom, I don't know, they should have scaled up to Galactus. I don't know.
Do you think that
Doctor Doom better be there? That's all I'm saying. You better not do Fantastic Four without mentioning Doctor Doom. I'm gonna be mad.
Do you think that Galactus was always the planned villain for Fantastic Four, or do you think they made a pivot after all the Jonathan Majors King stuff?
I think he's always been the big bad
Okay.
for Fantastic. That's like a comic book thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I kind of feel like they're gonna like. It's not gonna be like a origin. Well, no, I think it's gonna be like an origin story, but I feel like they're gonna make them so like they're from the future, kind of, so that like they're not like catching up to everybody else. You know what I mean? Like they weren't stuck somewhere in the past. No, they came from the future. Galactus, they know, like they just. I don't know. I'm excited. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's a good theory too. We'll see. I'm holding my breath for Fantastic Four. We'll see. The cast is good, so whoever's writing the script, just don't fuck it up, please. But I'm very excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. Very excited. That's gonna be a great movie. But yeah, I'm glad that they're scaling back. Thanks, Marvel. It's probably a good decision. They can focus on.
I feel like we keep having the same conversations about like every company in just like everybody
in different ways, right? That's what it is true.
Single company, every sector, everything. Scary times.
Yes. But in Marvel's case, it was definitely just more of a we're just putting out whatever we can.
I just hope the quality of everything gets better. Like, we're too saturated overall, but if we're gonna scale down, make sure the stuff that actually gets produced is quality.
That's the thing. If they scale back, there has to be like some tangible results from them scaling back. Like if the things that they release still suck after them scaling back, then it's like, well, then there's a bigger problem with it for sure. But I guess we'll see what happens. All right. Well, we can't talk about X-Men 97. I'll talk briefly. It was a great episode. James, what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, they're still cooking with air fryers over there.
They are. So there's only one more episode left. Jaja, you have to have watched. You better come to next week's episode. Better have watched that episode because we have to talk about it.
I'm probably gonna watch both of them multiple times before next week's episode.
Yeah. Crazy things happened. This episode was a pretty big one because it basically took the story exactly out of one of the more famous comics. I forgot what year the run was from. But it was a good episode. I can't say any more about it, but whatever. Anyway, but we will talk about it. We'll talk about the 3-part as a whole next week when all of it's over.
4 parts. We're getting the last part.
Yeah, no, but no, it was a 3-part episode. It started.
The last 4 are like they're all named the same.
It was 3. It was last week, and then this week, and then next week. It was only a 3-part.
Oh, maybe I'm mistaken.
I think you are.
I'm ready for it, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm down. It's been a good season.
It has been a good season. Okay, so here are the questions about X-Men that I've been like thinking to myself. This does not give anything away that happened in this week's episode. But Morph, right? So throughout this whole series, we have seen Morph change into multiple characters, and I'm confused. When Morph transforms into someone else, can he use their powers?
Yes.
Like all of their powers?
Yes.
So is he not an OP being? I'm confused.
Yes.
And
yes.
also,
Morph is like the best X-Men.
It doesn't seem like
character.
It doesn't seem like it though, because I feel like he keeps getting. I feel like he keeps getting the work, even though he can transform into anyone that he wants to. I feel like if that's the case, why couldn't he help out in like a lot of these dangerous? Like I feel like if he could transform into anybody, I feel like he should have been able to stop what happened in Genosha.
I think
I don't know.
The episode before last, there was a scene where they were fighting, and I was like, "Yo, Morph should transform into Juggernaut," and he did it like right as soon as I thought it. Like he is the craziest character in the show. Like, yeah, he should be taking out everybody.
But he's not though. That's the thing. So it's like
make the show boring. Just send more.
Right.
I know, but that is again like characters like that. It's just like Gia from Secret Invasion, you know, at the end, like she could transform into anybody. I'm like, this makes her just like a totally overpowered character. I feel like it's the same thing for Morph. He could just transform into literally everyone. At first I thought it was just mutants, but then he transformed into somebody else this week that was not a mutant. So I was like, okay, so I guess there's just no limits. Like he can just transform into anyone. But yet nothing. We're constantly like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if he's OP, he's underutilized.
Yes.
I feel like I feel like there has. Let me look it up real quick. I feel like there has to be a limit to his power in some way.
Like it's not even like you got to be near him. He has to have touched you in the last couple of days. No, once he sees you, he can mimic you and all your abilities, and that's insane. Insane.
That is too much. So he can just change into Jean and use all of Jean's psychic powers.
Yes.
Are you sure? I feel like that's too much.
Yes. According to the description, yes. We just haven't seen him do it. Like
so Morph could change into so why can't Morph change into Magneto and reactivate the magnetic field?
Who knows? Maybe his powers aren't as strong as they are as the original person's. I don't know. It hasn't been really explained. Because I don't know. He's OP.
Is that a show you guys will watch? It was just like, oh yeah, Morph can just undo everything that just happened. I don't think anybody will watch that. So that's probably the reason.
I feel like they shouldn't even include him on the show then. I don't know. It's weird. Sorry, I'm just trying to look up if he like actually like can use other people's powers or if there's limits to his powers. There has to be limits to his powers.
No, I think I came on here early in the season and I said something like that. Like Morph is probably the most underrated character on the X-Men team, and I think that's probably why he wasn't in the original anime. Like they had to kill him off the first episode. Morph dies.
I know.
Or they act like he was killed off, but
yeah. I don't know. Then they shouldn't have him around so much when there's so many life-threatening situations that he can just easily solve. But he's just chilling out back here, doing useless things and transforming into useless people.
He's transformed into Professor X like during this season, hasn't he? But he didn't use the powers. He just
did he? Did I miss that?
I feel like he mocked him or mimicked him or something like that. Said something Professor Xavier would say.
I guess.
As Professor Xavier. I gotta rewatch it.
But... I just feel like that it's too much. I feel like it's too much. And I feel like he's not doing enough for his power set. But anyway, that was my question. I was just like, this is weird. Because why are we in the situation where the world's about to end, but you're here and can do something to fix it? Whatever. It's a cartoon. I'm not gonna read too much into it. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, can't he like transform into Doctor Strange and use the time stone?
He could do a lot of things. I'm confused. Anyway, and then I also had another question about clones. If somebody cloned you, are you still the clone? And this is going like back to like Jean and to
Wait, what?
Are you the clone?
Somebody cloned you,
yes.
Are you the clone?
Yes. Are you and the clone the same person? Or are you different people?
Wait. Time out. Are you asking two different questions?
No, it's the same. Okay.
If somebody cloned you,
Yes.
are you the clone?
Like that's what I meant. Sorry. Are you in the clone the same person, or are you in the
I
clone
feel
two
like we're
different
the
people?
same person. Oh, this is tough.
James, what do you think?
I feel like we're the same. Are
No,
we
I don't
sharing
think so.
memories?
Yeah,
Are
you're
we
sharing.
sharing memories?
Okay, because I'm going exactly off of this X-Men scenario. Like Jean
All right.
and Jean's clone, they were sharing memories too. So are they so like my thing is
Yes. In
that
that scenario, yes.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Because my thing is that when Scott was struggling, like after the real Jean came back, I'm like, you technically have the same person here, the same person. She has all of the memories, so I'm confused. But wait, James, you said no, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. Two people drive the same car. It's not the same car. It's copies of the
That's
same car.
mm, I feel like that's a good point, but I also feel like that's different. I don't know.
No, James does have a point though. We're
Oh,
psychically connected. Y'all sharing the same memories, but y'all physically doing two different things. You can remember how the other one feels and did it, but you're also living your own timeline at the same time. So it's like that's just weird. That's
I
that's
I don't know. I think that I don't know. I feel like I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it's still two different things. I mean, the same. I feel like it's
what do you think is more similar? You and a clone or you and an identical twin?
more similar.
Yeah,
A,
as a in terms of this question that you're asking.
a clone.
Because and with identical twins, they're not the same person. We don't consider them the same person. They're two unique human beings who have their own different thoughts and likenesses and can be whoever they want to be. They can be the same, they can be different, they can, have like similar things, they can like opposite things.
I
Why
think
don't
a
we think of I think of a clone as the same way.
mm, I guess so. That's a good point.
Especially if you're a clone that knows you're a clone.
But what if you're a clone that didn't know you were a clone?
But
Yeah,
I
you
mean
definitely
that
have your
doesn't
own identity then.
right.
Yeah.
Like you're not
Oh, true.
that doesn't make like
True, 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 true,
are
true.
you inheriting all the memories?
But what if you
But going forward, you don't know you're a clone. Like you remember being a person, you remember being born, but you don't know you're a clone. In that case, that still doesn't guarantee you're gonna make all the same decisions as the real person.
hmm, these are good
To
points
most
being
of
made.
that
These are good.
stuff.
All right. I think I might be swayed in my argument. These are good points that you guys are making. So
Yeah,
I'll
this
yield to
is
that one. But I've been wondering this the whole season, like ever since the real Jean Grey came back, and it was like this. There was like this whole thing, and then she was mad at Scott for telepathically communicating with Madeline still. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's you can't be mad at him because he's never mind. Whatever. It's,
she can't
you thought it was you.
didn't she get with Wolverine this season? Like what is she mad about?
He kissed him, but nothing happened after that. So
So he can't talk telepathically to his baby moms? And you kissing the dude that's bullies him every day?
uh, that's true. That is true. She didn't have a right to be mad. All right. Well, we're gonna talk about the season and like all the episodes next week once everyone's caught up and has watched the season finale. But it's been great. So this is one thing that Marvel's done really well in the last few projects that have come out. So thanks, Marvel.
Don't tell me they're gonna become like DC and can only animate good.
Maybe.
Animation is slept on.
It is. Facts.
All right, Windbreakers. Oh, you didn't watch Windbreakers, Jaja. It's fine. James, what did you think of this episode of Windbreakers? As spoiler-free as possible. Although nothing really crazy spoilery happened. We all know what's going on in this arc.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh wait, I do remember what happened. We get to see another person fight. They gave a little bit of backstory. He was like, of course, it's like a rival that like they grew up together kind of thing. Not really a spoiler there, but I think they're getting into people's interpersonal relationships of like this gang and this gang. Like these guys actually kind of know each other because I mean they all live in the same city essentially. So of course you probably grew up together, end up joining different gangs, and then now it's like we got to duke it out on the battle stage, essentially, in the theater room or wherever they're the stage wherever they're fighting.
The auditorium.
Yeah.
So this is a high school. Do they not learn anything? Are there teachers?
I didn't see a single teacher when they actually went to school.
Right.
They were in a classroom, but
The
yeah,
teachers teaching them how to defend the neighborhood.
Okay.
I don't think it was any adults in that building.
No. Seriously. But the three kings, the four kings, like Umemi and Haragi, they don't look like they're teenagers. So I'm just like, they should have done a better job drawing them. I'm like, are they the teachers? Quotes? Because I feel like
From
they're
what
not
I understood, like his class is in school, but like the gang are actually adults. Like
so they are the teachers.
they're like alumni from the school. I don't know.
So
I'm not up to date. So maybe
OGs.
I might be missing something.
Wait, how far behind are you? Did you watch last week's episode?
I don't know.
Last week's episode was the one where Suo fought.
No.
Yeah,
But
The last thing I
you
remember is
definitely
him
know
being
if
in the
you-
classroom and the dude coming in and being mad, and then they had a little square up. Then
Okay,
he
so
he's not at the
normal.
tournament yet.
okay.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
no,
you're
no,
so
I'm
far
not at the
behind.
tournament. Yeah, I told you, man. Drake and Kendrick. Blame it on Drake and Kendrick.
But Drake and Kendrick could not have taken
NBA.
up that much of your time. Okay.
Shannon.
It was time consuming.
Shannon, we can have a whole another hour podcast about Drake and Kendrick.
So I can't even ask my discussion question then.
What is
We
it?
can save it for next week.
What is it?
No, because then we might know the answer already.
What's the question? Is this a spoiler-free question?
Not really.
I just asked a question. I'm curious.
Well, because you don't really even know what's going on. So like there's like a tournament happening or whatever between the rival gang and the Blueprint kids. And I'm not gonna say who has won what, but it's been favorable on the Blueprint side. So I was thinking it's only a matter of time before someone gets fucked up from the Blueprint side. And I was gonna ask you guys who you thought it was gonna be out of the two people that are left that still have to fight. But we can't even really talk about it.
That was a good question.
Yeah, like it's gonna happen to somebody. Because
James got to answer that question.
They're setting it up.
I think it's
too
about to be a
perfectly.
clean sweep.
No,
if they
it
lose
can't.
to these guys, then they'll have to fight them again later on.
You think it's gonna
And
be a
it's like
clean?
we can't introduce any new gangs. Like if you introduce your rivals first, like the very first person, then that's going to be your rival the whole time. So yeah, they're probably going to clean sweep, take over their territory, absorb the gang, one of those. Because I'm sure there's more gangs. There's no way it's just two gangs.
That's true. That's a good point. I just didn't think. I just thought about it like maybe somebody has to get knocked down a few pegs, which like that leads to like who I thought was gonna lose. But like and then maybe like realize, to maybe like have some character development, they have to like come down a few pegs first by like not winning this fight. But
I got a question too.
Yes.
Are we still holding on to it's better than Tokyo Revengers? Like, how's that comparison going?
At this point, it's two totally separate shows.
Yeah.
You don't compare them anymore.
Once you get a little bit further, they're separate shows. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Definitely different. I think from the little I know of Tokyo Revengers, which is not a lot. Jaja, you gotta catch up. We gotta talk about it.
Listen. I can get on you about Tokyo Revengers, but that's a whole nother story.
That's different though, because Windbreakers is happening week to week, and we're talking about it as it's happening. So okay, so James thinks it's gonna be a clean sweep. I'm gonna keep that on the board and just see what happens. I think that someone's gonna lose, so we'll see who's right.
Is our gang winning or losing?
They are winning, which is why I said that someone's luck which is why I didn't think that which is why I think someone is gonna have to lose at some point. Like, I kind of feel like they're setting it up in a way. Like, there's just so much anticipation building. I don't know. A clean sweep would kind of be like anticlimactic, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see.
Very interesting.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, like we said earlier, Demon Slayer starts today. It kind of sucks that it comes out on Sundays because we're going to be behind talking about it because it's going to come out today. We're not going to have talked about it on this week's episode because it hasn't come on yet. So we're behind an episode every week. So whatever, that's fine. Are you guys watching My Hero season 7?
I haven't started it yet.
You haven't started
I
it yet?
have not started it. No.
Okay. That's fine. I'm not watching it either. So I guess whenever you guys do catch up, we'll talk about it. Anything else before we wrap up for this week, guys? Oh, I have a nerdy thing. I finally know what my anime tattoo is gonna be, and I found an artist to do it. So
Nice,
that's
coming
gonna be
soon.
happening soon. Well, once they get back to me, it's gonna be happening soon. They have not gotten back to
Oh,
me yet,
gotcha.
but I found a really good artist on Instagram. They like travel and they're not here, so I have to go travel to get it done. Just like you have to do that too, James. So
Trip coming soon too.
yeah, once they get back to me, yeah, for sure. So
Gotcha.
we'll see how that develops. I definitely want to do it maybe towards the end of the summer, because the summer is not really a great time to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
So like late August maybe is what I'm looking at. So we'll see what happens. But I am very excited. But yeah, if that is all for this,
You gonna keep it a surprise what the anime character is gonna be?
yeah, I'll
Okay.
keep it. I'll keep it until this
Under
person
wraps.
actually gets back to me and it becomes like a real thing. Then I will not say anything.
Gotcha.
Gonna
I
be
had to ask.
I'm gonna be secretive like James until it's time
That's
to
how you
reveal
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it is great for all of us to be back together. A normal episode. Yay. We'll be back next week, guys. As always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, at Blerdsnerds, follow us on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.